Many people say Dark Souls is a really hard game, but I have way too much confidence in my skills and can't have it difficult enough. Therefore I decided that even though I will play through the game my very first time, I will turn it into a challenge run, where I will only increase my attributes or upgrading my equipment when my viewer invests their channel points. Sounds stupid? Well, I don't care, this is the beginning of Dark Souls, but viewer decide level ups and upgrades. At character creation, due to not having any viewer preferences, I will for the gender, class and gift. The viewers however were very much interested in the looks of my character. My god was a male bandit with thin humanities who never skipped leg day and had the best hair in town. I called him Darvel. I am not very creative. After I finished character creation I quickly realized that the entire look was just a fraud and he is way skinnier than expected, I moved on to get my shield and my axe. After some more exploring, lots of skeletons and a giant boulder. Oh shit! I got the Estus Flask. Totally prepared, I went on to fight the first boss, the Asylum Demon. Wait, shit, was the plunging attack R1 or... Dang. Was it R1 or 2-1? No, 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 no. That is a bad start, that is a bad start. I have a problem. Oh, that is so bad. Ah, yes, the sounds of success. Obviously, I've beaten him first try. No, really, I actually did it, no joke. I took the bell cab and traveled to the next destination. There I learned I have to ring 2 bells, so I continued to go to the church. But then... So when he's... near... Oh my god, what is that? No, 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 no. We have to kill you first. Haha. No, 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 no. The first death. Welcome to Dark Souls. I fought my way up and found an enemy that was way too strong. Oh my god, that is bad. That is actually bad. Okay. Oh shit. I have a problem. I have a problem. I shouldn't have attacked him. Oh no, 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 no. Heavy attacks are a bad idea. Oh shit. Yeah. After that death, it actually took me multiple tries to get back to the same place again. The thing with Dark Souls is that the game can punish you hard if you try to rush it. And because I was impatient getting back to the place I was before, it took me several deaths. But after some time, I finally reached a tower with a misty entrance. The sign of the next boss fight. Very cautiously I went through it, dispatched the 2 sneaky archer skeletons behind me, and then... No, 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 no. No! Why is there a boss fight? Why here? There was not really a bonfire beforehand. I have to run all the way again. Oh, come on. Why? Why? What is this shit? Going sideways is somewhat clunky due to the limited space, and my tried and true blocking did not exactly work here either. I thought I can cheese the boss and just throw all the bombs I collected in the meantime, Problem is that 50% of the time I feel like a stormtrooper and actually missed so many bombs that I was not able to kill the boss with it, and just wasted a lot of resources. After some thinking, I came to the conclusion of unequipping enough armor so I increased my speed and beat him in the most cowardly way possible. It was not a glorious win, but a win nonetheless. Was there finally another bonfire afterwards? Nope. I met Praise the Sun guy and then got roasted by a dragon. Back to the old bonfire and all the way back. Yay! At least I don't have to fight the Taurus demon again. And just shortly afterwards I finally found a new bonfire, which is actually the old bonfire, except I kicked a ladder down and now can shortcut the whole route. Around that time I also finally got my first level up where I had to roll the dice for. I explored a little bit more, but did not make any meaningful progress and called it a day at this point. Next stream, the first thing was trying out the Great Demon Axe I got for the Taurus demon. While I didn't meet the strength requirement, the actual damage output in the description was still higher than my axe, so I was interested to see if I can work with it. Turns out I can't. Stuck to more or less my starter equipment with just very slight upgrades, I continued exploring the area I left last time. I found my first smith, onion guy, a demon with lightning bolts I rather avoid for now, an elevator back to the first bonfire, and death. What?! What was that?! Ah. What was that?! What was that?! Come on, man! You are not allowed to do that! Throughout the way, I even got several level ups gifted, all being tied to a dice roll instead of a menu choice. Even though every upgrade helps, I actually rolled the resistance attribute the most often, which apparently in the Dark Souls community is deemed to be the least useful stat out of them all. So my character, as suspected, was extremely unoptimized. After some time, we got to the next boss fight, the bear gargoyles. Ouch! What? Come on! Okay. Okay. There was a third attack! Oh yeah, there's the second gargoyle. Now the fun begins. Oh my god. Yes, and I'm dead. Okay. Oh boy, the bear gargoyles. What a brutal fight. You first start fighting against only one of them, which is not that bad, even though it's totally possible to die here as well. But after you have depleted around 50% of his health, another gargoyle is like, "What up, my boy?" and turns the fight into an absolute nightmare. One of them is recovering after an attack and you think you can strike? Nope, the other one covers him with his own attack. On top, the gargoyles start using long-reaching fire attacks way more often now, where my shield does not completely protect against, slowly depleting my health. Finding safe openings is super rare at this point and you can get punished very easily. I died over and over and over and over and over again. And again, there's no direct bonfire just before the boss fight. I still have to fight against several enemies beforehand. I tried to just run through, but that didn't work out at all for me. So I'm left with what is basically like an unskippable cutscene you have to experience over and over again, except that is a cutscene you can actually fail. After some time, I decided to explore other areas first, and while I have found some interesting stuff, in the end every other area actually felt even less doable than the bear gargoyles. So back to the boss fight again. I experimented a bit with my setup again, got some slight upgrades, and later on I thought now it is a good time to use humanities, as they can heal as well. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to equip them during the boss fight, however. My expectation was the healing animation for humanities is actually faster than Estus Flask. Boy, was I wrong. It's the exact opposite, making it a huge liability. In the end, I was not able to beat them for now. Let's hope it works out better next time. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitch and Twitter or join my Discord. See ya!